Hey, Vemma team, BK Barrick here. Welcome to this week's video blog. And you know what? This week's video blog, I have a very special guest. A guy that has been in this industry for 22 years. A guy that I've known about for the last several years. Somebody that I've always been really, really impressed with because of what he's been able to create in the network marketing industry. A guy by the name of Anthony Powell. Anthony, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Anthony, started out at 19 years old.
Yep.
Joined a company called
Herbalife.
And they were doing about how much a year?
About 100, 110 million.
All right. Kind of like the same spot that we're in last.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you helped them create what?
Well, it was interesting because when I got in, I was 19 years old and
YPR. Here's the originator, YPR. Go ahead.
19 years old.
Changed your life, didn't it?
Well, yeah, because I was interning at a pharmaceutical company and I realized that corporate America was definitely not what I wanted to do, and nor was it going to serve my goals and dreams. But ironically, what happened was, I was interning one day. I went upstairs because I interned during the day and I worked at this company at night to pay the bills, and then also through all that going to college. One day I walked upstairs and there was this full-grown man crying. And I could remember like it was yesterday, and I ran to his rescue, and I was like, what happened? Or, did you fall? Did you get hurt? He said after 30 years of working for this one company, right before retirement, they let him go. And he had climbed from distribution, making, $6 an hour, all the way up to $250,000 to $300,000 a year. And he said, now here I am. I can't even work 2 jobs to make what I'm earning here. And so, of course, like any human, I just comforted him and, held the guy for a while, let him, to help him a little bit. But, at 19 years old, that sparked me that, wait a minute, the same thing can happen to me. And so that got deep-rooted into me at a very early age, had no idea that network marketing was the thing. Ironically, someone dropped off an Amway information kit to me one day, and I went down to this meeting, and I went, what in the heck is this? I had, people were opening doors for people in Cadillacs, and all kinds of weird things were going on, and they were handing me stale protein bars. And, at 19, I just was like, this isn't a fit for me. And then one day, somebody really got me on a product line that changed my life. And what I loved about it is something that somebody could consume. Mm-hmm. And because the products changed my life, I started getting people on the products, very similar to what's happening in the movement of Verve, right? Mm-hmm. And my first month, I moved $5,000 worth of products, just kind of by accident, sampling people. And I ended up earning $1,900 my first month. And that blew my mind. And my mentor at the time, he had already made millions in the company that I was with. And so he had already gone through the 80s and parts of the 90s. And really, I had an opportunity to hold on to his coattails. And so, I said, listen, I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to do whatever you tell me. I'll hold your bags long enough. If you just show me how to do this, I'm teachable. I want it. And so I followed him. And by the time I was, my first month, like I said, I earned a little bit over $1,900. By the end of the first year, I was up over $7,000 a month. No one in my family made $7,000 a month at their jobs. And here I was part-time making $7,000 a month. So I fired my boss, and this is really funny. I had a firing my boss party at my job, and everyone said, oh, these things don't work. You're going to be back, or you're going to be back at a job, because these are this is a cottage industry, and that kind of pushed me a little bit harder. Second year, $10,000 a month, and then it just, from there, Can
I ask what your highest check was?
Well, my highest check was well into, I'll tell you this because I don't want to blow people out of the way, but it was well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And, I can't even explain that because, for me...
But it started at $1,900 a month.
It started at $1,900, but you got to understand, for me, I thought $10,000 a month was like robbing a bank. Mm-hmm. When you get to $10,000 a month...
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, you could, when you're young, even when you're older, a lot of you guys out there, the deal. You work your tails off, and you're making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and you get paid, taxed 40%. You're left with not much, right? So then when you make your first 20 grand, and then you make your first 30, then you make your first 60 grand a month, and then you make 100 grand a month and a few 100,000 a month, and you get bonus checks of hundreds of thousands a month, and then you end up looking back and you go, wait a minute, I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars in an industry where everyone told me I was going to fail. And here's the thing I got to share with everybody out there. No one's going to pay your bills but you. And so you got to make a decision whether you want part-time or full-time income. The four-letter word that separates everybody for some odd reason is work. And that's what I was not scared to do, and I just wanted a better quality of life, and so I fell in love with network marketing.
It's funny how when I'm listening to your story, there's always something that happens that is the catalyst that gets you to the next level. And I remember when I left advertising and I went to work in network marketing as a distributor, and a guy by the name of Drew, you know who you are, said to me, you'll be back begging for your job in 6 months.
Wow.
And those words still ring in my head today.
Yep.
And I don't know where Drew is, but I ain't begging for nothing. And this business, this industry can literally change your life. Now, Anthony, okay, the success that you've had over 22 years, you pick Vemma. I know our entire leadership is saying, what led you to this decision, and what are the qualities? I mean, when you're on the inside and you're doing it all the time, sometimes you don't know or notice the things that really make an opportunity special. But why don't you share with the team a little bit about why you made the decision you made?
Well, first of all, there's an old saying, people first and product second, or people first and business second. So, I fell in love with you as a person. And
I love you too.
Well, not in that way, but you know what I'm talking about. I really like your beliefs. I like what you stand for. He's got 6 kids, so obviously
6 very cute kids.
Very cute kids. And for me, that's what I bought into this industry for, is because the founder of the company I came from was heavily active and involved on a day-to-day basis. And when you lose that, and you lose that passion, and the people that are running the company are more geared towards driving the stock, it's no longer, you're not serving people, you're serving analysts, and you're serving something else,
Margins,
which is still not a bad thing if that's what your business model is. But our business model is to take products to the market and serve people and help people get a result. And I just felt like that was lost, and I didn't feel like the company was bad, but what I felt was that the vision and what we stood for was lost. And that's where you get to a point where you got, like I said earlier, if the shoe doesn't fit, you got to go find one that does.
It's funny that my dad, my dad's been in this industry, well, he was in this industry since I was 7 years old. And he always taught me early on, back when we started out with New Vision, he would go around the floor and he would talk to our customer service agents, and he would say, when the phone rings, you pick it up and you be nice to those people, because those are our customers, and they're the ones that pay the bills. And that customer service philosophy has permeated throughout this whole company, because everybody knows my email address. It's bk@vemma.com. If my staff does not make you happy, typically I'm going to get an email that's going to say, can you look into this? And then I will forward it back and I'll say, make these people happy. So they've actually, over the years, they've bypassed me and just make people happy. We call our people customers. Everybody that is a part of this company, we think of you as a customer. Whether you're a customer that just wants to consume our products, that we got fabulous, innovative products that you can't find anywhere else, or if you're one of our brand partner customers that want to promote our products. That's our philosophy towards business, and I think that's a foundation that you can build an empire on.
That's right. Both of us come from the tablets and the shake industry, and you came from New Vision, your other company, and at that time that was cutting edge. Taking a whole handful
of tablets. We went from tablets to capsules. We thought that was cutting edge.
Well, now what you guys are seeing is that, and you were first to market with this, is liquid nutrition, guys, is what when you're a network marketer equals retention, and you don't have a point of failure when you don't have to make anything, or when things don't get caught in your throat. And so I really love the thought of, one, building the front end of the business, but then number 2, having all of your work stick, and so building a back end retention arm, having people that are consuming, and at the end of the day, that's where true walk away income was. And what I found out was, with the older breakaway in, old school marketing plans, they're not really called breakaways, they're called takeaways. Because you build all this volume and they end up taking all your business away from you because no one's volume is helping each other. And when you're in binaries, what happens is everyone's volume is helping each other. And if you just go find more people, see, no one's really a distributor here. All you are is a consumer, and you're getting paid to consume and to share the product with somebody else. So that's where, whether you want to be part-time or full-time, even someone that's not the sharpest tool in the shed like me can go like this. You know what I'm saying? So
the most easily demonstratable product ever.
You can't get any easier.
Yeah.
So really, it's a no-brainer. Plus, you don't have to have, you don't have like 100 products in your line, so you're not fielding, 10 questions from one person. Here's how hard it is here. Get it ice cold and open it and drink it. And in about 20 minutes, someone's calling you and saying, whatever that was, I want more of it. And, in my 22-year history, center of influence has always been, part of the backbone of this industry, right? We always talk about, get samples out to your friends and family. And, I've never had traction with center of influence. So we've always done it. We've always taught it. But it's never been but maybe 5% of my business, And it's just in the short period of just being here, everyone's sampling Verve, the explosion of how many cases just by people handing samples of it, it's mind-blowing. And I built my entire business online. I have an online approach where our guys work 100% online, and everything we do is through the internet. And so now when we sign somebody up as a brand partner through the internet, now they can go take the products and sample everybody they know, because they're not going to feel weird about doing it. They're going to want to do it.
Yeah. It's amazing on how when you invite some people over to your house and you break out the Verve, how fast it
Yeah.
goes. And here's the best news, Anthony. Our biggest Verve product hasn't even been released yet. It's going to be coming off the line this Monday. You need to come down and check it out, because it comes off the line at 32 degrees, so it's better
cool.
than that Coors Light commercial.
Well, I do have to tell you, when I came in here one day and he had a little dinky cup of it.
Sample, yeah.
He was sampling me. And let me tell you guys something. If there was ever a product to go out there and purchase, the minute you see this go on the website, listen, here's what you need to do. You need to click the order button for yourself, and you need to get everybody in your organization to get 1 or 2 cases, because what I know about this product, because I've tasted it, is it is going to absolutely go on back order within minutes. So don't be the person that's sitting there going, I'm going to think about it or see what my friend thinks. You need to get as much of it on hand as you possibly can, because you need to drink it, and then 2, you need to sample it so that it explodes your business even more.
Absolutely. We got the Verve line, we got the body line, and most importantly, we got you. Team, that is it for this week's video blog. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for all you're doing, and thank you. We're coming out of 2013 with record daily sales, daily recruiting numbers that are records, and it's all because of the efforts that you put in. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Anthony, thank you for choosing us, man.
Likewise.
All right. Well, I will work hard to make sure this is the best decision you've ever made in your life. And I will work hard to make sure this is the best decision you've ever made in your life, team. That's it. Keep up the great work. I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.